What's going on, you guys? This is New York Adventure 1994 here, and today is Friday, May 9th, 2025, and I just want to give you guys a quick video of what's been going on in the NHL second round lately. I haven't had a chance to make a video regarding the NHL second round of the 2025 playoffs because I was just in Albany like 5 days ago, and I've been mostly focusing on uploading that content to YouTube and making a video for Kyle's birthday. But I just want to give you guys a video regarding the NHL second round of the playoffs. So, as we all know, the first round of the NHL playoffs ended this past weekend while I was in Albany. And the Jets, the Blues, the Stars, and the Avalanche all forced to Game 7. And the Jets and the Stars got to advance to round 2 and move forward. And that didn't really seem surprising with Dallas because Dallas has advanced a lot in the playoffs lately. And they're a really strong team when it comes to the playoffs. But I knew it was going to be a tight matchup when it came to the Stars facing the Avalanche, because the Avalanche is a really strong team. And this didn't really surprise me at all. I knew Vegas was going to pull it off against Minnesota because Minnesota always tends to choke in round 1. And I knew the Oilers were going to come back when facing the Kings for a 4th straight year. And none of these seem surprising to me. The Bolts, the Sens, the Canadiens, and Devils. It's not surprising that they all got eliminated early because of how much they choked in the first round. And the Bolts lately have not been really doing so well. They haven't been doing so well in the first round of the playoffs. And lately they've been choking in the first round, which caused them to be eliminated early the last 3 years. And it's no surprise that the Senators got eliminated because they were actually trailing the series 3-0. And it's really hard to come back in all 4 games after that to win the series. Like, trail 3-0 and then win the last 4 games. It's really rare for that to happen. And with the fact that Ottawa just made it back to the playoffs after 8 years in 2017. And I knew the Hurricanes were going to advance to round 2 because of how strong they are when it comes to the playoffs. And the Devils aren't as strong as the Canes. So, what we have now, the second round. So, let's start off with this matchup. So, the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Florida Panthers are facing each other again, just like in the 2023 playoffs, when Florida pulled it off against them back in 2023 when Toronto made the second round after so long. But both teams are playing really well against each other right now. They are playing really solid hockey right now, both these teams, and we don't know who's gonna move forward, and we don't know who's gonna get eliminated and not make the conference finals, but we should see what happens. All I know is that both the Leafs and the Panthers have been playing really strong hockey against each other, and this matchup is just heated. And the Panthers were able to avoid a sweep tonight by winning in overtime against the Maple Leafs tonight, 5-4. So, it's a good thing the Panthers are not getting swept. Nobody has to worry about being swept now in the series 4 straight. Especially the Panthers. The Panthers don't have to worry about being swept after being eliminated. If they do get eliminated, we shall see what happens because the Maple Leafs do tend to choke in the playoffs. but they were lucky enough to make it to the second round after only 2 years. The last time was 2023, and they faced the Panthers in round 2, but got eliminated. But it looked like the Maple Leafs might be looking to seek revenge against the Panthers. We shall see what happens. But I really want the Panthers to advance to the conference finals because I don't want Tavares winning the Stanley Cup. I don't hate the Maple Leafs, I only hate Tavares. And I don't think he deserves to win the cup because he is such a liar. So I really think the Panthers deserve to go to the conference finals. But we don't know what's going to happen. Both the Leafs and the Panthers are playing solid hockey. And both teams look really strong right now, so we shall see what happens. It won't surprise me a bit if this series ends up with Game 7. And this is another hard matchup to see. We have the Canes and the Capitals facing each other. And Carolina has won the first game, and the Capitals have won the second game. And now the series is tied as of right now. So we don't know whether the Capitals or the Canes. We don't know whether the Capitals or the Canes are going to be moving to the conference finals. We'll have to wait and see. But I really believe it's going to be the Hurricanes because the Hurricanes are a really strong playoff team. But we don't know yet. We'll have to see what happens. And you gotta remember something. This is the first time since 2018 that the Canes were able to advance to another round when they won the 2018 Stanley Cup. So we don't know what to expect here. But I do know that the Canes make it really far in the playoffs because of how strong they are. So I have a more positive feeling that it might be the Canes other than the Capitals. So we have the Dallas Stars and the Winnipeg Jets. I haven't been really watching the game. I've been watching the Toronto and Florida game. But I know this is going to be a tough matchup because the Jets are the President's Trophy winner and the Dallas Stars are facing the President's Trophy winner, the Jets. And once again, I know for a fact that Dallas really makes it far in the playoffs by advancing to other rounds. But it's really going to be tough when playing the Jets this year. The Jets were really dominant this year. And this is what led them to the President's Trophy. They've been playing really dominant hockey that anything is possible with this series against the Stars. This is going to be a really tough matchup because we have the Stars who advance in the playoffs a lot face a President's Trophy team. It's really going to be a condensed series. I won't be surprised if this series ends up with Game 7. And last week we had the Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights, just like back in 2023. The Oilers and the Golden Knights are facing each other in the second round, just like back in 2023. And I am really hoping that the Oilers move to the conference finals. And they're actually my top team of who I want to root for to win the Stanley Cup this year. I am definitely rooting for the Oilers to win the Stanley Cup this year because the Rangers and Isles are out and the Blues are eliminated and the Bolts have been eliminated. So I am left with the Edmonton Oilers. And I am really hoping for them to win the Stanley Cup this year. They're my top team to root for to win the Stanley Cup, who are still alive in the playoffs right now. And we'll see what happens against Vegas. But the positive note for me is that the Oilers are leading the series 2-0 right now, and they've been playing really strong hockey. And as of right now, this is their 6th straight comeback win. They're really setting a record here of comeback wins. This is their 6th straight comeback win in the playoffs so far. Yeah, so the Oilers are really dominant right now, and they're playing really strong hockey against the Golden Knights. Hopefully they'll stay right on them, and hopefully they'll make the conference finals. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, Vegas could strike back at any time. It gets really challenging against Vegas. You gotta remember that. We'll have to see what happens between the Oilers and the Golden Knights. That's also gonna be a tough matchup to see, and we'll have to see what happens. So yeah, this is what we got going on in the second round of the NHL playoffs. All four series are pretty intense rounds, and anything is possible. Like any of these 8 teams could advance to the conference finals, and I guess that's it. Bye.